Trial balance. Now we've come to the third phase of accounting. From the source document, we made the books of original entry. First entry is made in the journal. We went on to post it to the ledger, and now we come to the trial balance, which is your stage of summarization. Let us see how a trial balance is prepared. A discussion on trial balance. We will first understand what is a trial balance. Basically, it is a statement of ledger account balances. We'll go on to find out when it is prepared, what are its advantages, how it is prepared. Actually, there are three methods. So one of them is actually popular, very popular, the balance method. What is a suspense account? Sometimes we have a suspense account in a trial balance. What is the suspense account? And what are the limitations of a trial balance? So let us first quickly understand what is a trial balance. A trial balance is first and foremost a statement. Like we mentioned before, this is the third phase of accounting process. After journal, followed by ledger, and now we have come to the trial balance. If we remember our original definition of accounting, one of the oldest definitions was that accounting is the art of recording, which we recorded in the in the journal. We recorded in the journal. Classifying, which we did in the ledger. And now we are going to the third phase, that is summarizing. That is trial balance. Third phase of the accounting process. A trial balance first and foremost is a statement. It is not an account. It is not an account. It is a statement containing all ledger account balances. It contains all ledger account balances. If you remember, when we posted to a ledger had a debit balance when the debit side was more. It had a credit balance when the credit side was more. So account balances may be debit or may be credit. Sometimes they don't use balances. Sometimes there is a method by which they use the entire totals. The entire total which was there in the ledger account. So it is a statement. First and foremost, trial balance is a statement containing all ledger account balances as on a particular date. Remember that a trial balance is relevant on a particular date. The cash balance today, if it is 50,000, tomorrow with one transaction of cash, the balance can change. So a trial balance is always prepared as on a particular date. When we write a heading for a trial balance, we say trial balance as on 31st March or trial balance as on 31st December, etc. Since the ledger account, since the journal is first prepared following the rules of double entry, the dual aspect, where we had an accounting equation which was satisfied, where we had a left side and a right side, a debit side and a credit side, and debit was always equal to credit. A transaction, when we record in a journal, it is recorded in such a manner that the debits equal the credits. If we correctly post what we have recorded in the journal to the ledger, the sum total of the ledger account balances will also have equal debit and credit. So ultimately, a trial balance, if we add up the balances, the debit balances if we total the credit balances of the ledger accounts, debit total will be equal to the credit total. Should be equal to the credit total. Sometimes it does not tally, but that is because of some error that has been committed at the time of posting, at the time of recording, at the time of different places. We will discuss the errors which can come later on. Therefore, in a way, we can say that the trial balance checks the arithmetical accuracy of the books of account, because the debit should be equal to the credit. If we prepare a trial balance and the total of the debit side is not equal to the total of the credit side, or the total of the debit balances is not equal to the total of the credit balances, then we know arithmetically there is some mistake that we have made. Why do we emphasize the arithmetical accuracy? But it is possible that there are some errors which are not reflected even through a trial balance. Suppose we forget, completely omit to record an entry, the trial balance will still tally, but it would not be accurate because one transaction is missing. Now, when is a trial balance prepared? It can be prepared anytime, may be prepared monthly, it may be prepared quarterly, may be prepared half yearly, or it may be prepared only annually. But it is definitely prepared at the end of each accounting year, because final accounts, the fourth stage, the preparation of the final accounts. What are the final accounts? Let us say a balance sheet and the income statement. A statement, a balance sheet, a statement of assets and liabilities, and the profit and loss account or the income statement, which tells us the profit or loss for the year, the result of the business activity that we have done during the year. So final accounts are prepared from the trial balance. So the trial balance, while it can be prepared monthly or quarterly or whatever annually, it has to be prepared because we prepare final accounts from the trial balance. So please remember, trial balance is a statement. It is not an account. It's a statement containing all ledger account balances as on a particular date. The debit and the credit sides, or the debit total and the credit total in a trial balance, should be equal. If not, we know that arithmetically some mistake has been made. The trial balance can be prepared at any time. It definitely has to be prepared at the end of the year. So what are the objectives of a trial balance? Why is a trial balance prepared? The trial balance is prepared, one, to confirm the arithmetical accuracy of the books. Like we discussed, if the debit side is not equal, if the debit total is not equal to the credit total, there is some mistake that has happened. While posting, while totaling is called casting. So while posting or while casting, while entering, some errors have been made. The other advantage of a trial balance is that we get the summary of all account balances. We know the total purchases for the year. We'll know the total sales for the year, the rent expenses for the year, the amount that we have to pay to XYZ, the amount that is receivable from ABC, etc. So it's a summary of all balances in one place, one glance. We get to see all the balances. If we need further details, only then we need to go back to the ledger and check for the details. But trial balance provides a summary at one glance in one place of all the balances, all the account balances, whether they are personal, real or nominal, whether they are accounts of assets, whether they are accounts of liabilities, of incomes or of expenses. And thirdly, it is from the trial balance. Trial balance is the basis with which the final accounts are prepared. Final accounts being balance sheet and the profit and loss account or the income statement. This is a statement of assets and liabilities. This is the income statement. Income minus expenses will give us the net profit. So the trial balance ensures more or less some kind of accuracy. Reassures us that there is some kind of accuracy in the books when both sides tally. When it does not tally, we look for the errors and try and locate till the trial balance agrees. So, one of the objectives of a trial balance is to ensure the arithmetical accuracy. Secondly, there is a summary. At one glance, we get all the balances at one place. And finally, it is the basis. It is the basis for the preparation of the final accounts, for the profit and loss and the balance sheet.